So I'm out here today, just gonna do a little bit of practice. I know right now ammo is really hard to get, and people ask me every once in a while, what should they do when it comes to practicing with their ammo right now, since it's so expensive and hard to get. Um, I recommend if you can, try to get out to the range, once a month. Try to limit your rounds, maybe shoot 50 rounds instead of shooting 100. Take your time with it. This is just what I would recommend is have one target, start up close, load your mags to 5 rounds each. Don't load your mags all the way up, so it kind of spaces your time out a little bit, spaces your shots out a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of show you what I would do. You could do this at an indoor range. You could do this at an outdoor range. You can do it on paper. You can do it on steel. But the same idea is going to apply in any case. If you have if you can draw from the holster, go ahead and draw from the holster. If you can't, you can always start at like a low ready. Even at an indoor range that doesn't allow you to draw, you can just keep the gun out and start from a low ready and just get used to bringing the gun up, acquiring your sights. Really, what I want to do with these 50 rounds is really focus on having good sight alignment, good sight picture, and having very good trigger control. So really going to go for just pure accuracy, not going to rush it. Don't go for too fast of a speed. Remember, we're just trying to go through 50 rounds, no more than that, because you figure right now ammo is going for way more than it's worth, or way more than it should be worth, and you want to kind of conserve it. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to put my eye and ear protection on, and I'm going to fire 5 rounds at approximately 5 yards, and I'm just going to go regular two-handed grip, and I'm going to take my time just aiming right at the center of this target here, and I'm just going to go for as tight of a grouping as possible. So remember, I'm going to start from the holster. I'm going to draw out. I'm going to take my time with the draw, focus on the front sight, focus on pressing straight back on that trigger. I'm going to take my time with 5 shots up nice and close. All right, that's 5 shots. I'm going to reholster, come up and look at our target here. All 5 shots are grouping, they're all touching. Again, very close distance. Taking my time, so they should be touching at this distance. So I'm going to paint it back up. If you are using a paper target, get a marker, mark your shots. And what we're going to do is we're going to do another 5 shots. This time we're going to move back a little bit, approximately 7 yards. Obviously, if you're at an indoor range, it'd be a lot easier to know your distance. I'm just kind of gauging it by feel. All right, again, I'm gonna reholster at 5 rounds. I'm moving just a little bit further back here, a few more steps back. Again, I'm gonna draw from the holster. You can start from the low ready. Bring it up on target. Focus on that front sight. Press slowly to the rear until the trigger goes off, till the gun goes off. All right. So you can see, grouping is opening up a little bit. It's to be expected. Ideally, I'd want to be even tighter than that. I still want to be touching at 7 yards. But overall good grouping. I can tell that my shots are coming a little to the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry fire a few times. Really try to watch my front sight and see if I'm pulling shots off to the left of the target. Dry fire a few times. Watch that front sight, slowly press back. Okay, I can see I'm flinching just slightly. Again, I'm kind of rushing that trigger once it gets to the end. Slowly press back. That was better. Let's do it again. All right, so I can tell from my first couple of dry fires that I was rushing the trigger a little bit. I was taking all the slack out of the trigger, and then I kind of just slapped it. Remember, get in the habit of pulling back on that trigger like it's never going to stop moving. Just keep pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling until it goes off. You don't want to force the gun to go off. You don't want to push the gun forward. You don't want to flinch under any kind of anticipation of recoil either. Alright, so we're sticking to around the 7-yard distance. I'm going to go ahead, again, slow fire, 5 shots, two-handed. Just take our time. Okay, that's better. That's really what I was expecting. That's really what I'm going for, is 5 shots in a much tighter grouping. My shots are not as far off to the left this time, so it shows that dry fire really helped out. It really showed me what I was doing wrong with those last 5 shots, and now I'm pretty much back on target, tighter grouping, and we're a lot more centered. So I'm going to load up the mags again. We're going to put 5 shots in each mag. Okay, so now we're going to move back even further, approximately 10 yards. I'm going to do the same thing again, 5 shots. We're going to repaint the target. Again, if you have your marker, go ahead and mark your shots. So take your time. I'm going to load the gun up. Safety on. I'm going to press out. Good grip, good sight alignment, good sight picture. Touch the trigger, take the slack out, slowly press back. Okay, let's go look at the target. Take our paint with us this time. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this. 5 shots, all in a very tight grouping, exactly where I was aiming. 1 shot looks like a little bit low, a little bit right. That could be just a little bit of rushing the trigger or not focusing properly on that front sight. I might have shifted my focus slightly to the target before I pressed it all the way back, and then shot was a little bit more inconsistent. Overall, very happy with that. What we're going to do is we're going to come back to 5 yards again. So we're going to make a nice easy 5-yard shot. Okay, very tight grouping. All shots are basically touching. Slightly left, although after that first shot, I was aiming for the marking I was seeing on the target. So it could have been just a bad first shot, and then the rest were all aimed exactly on top of it. Still, very happy with this at 5 yards. Very, very good grouping. Let's go ahead and repaint it. Now we're going to come back further. Again, if you're at an indoor range, you want to try to go back to about 15 yards. So I'm not sure we're quite at 15. This might be more. It might be a little bit less. 5 more rounds. And we're going to do nice slow fire again. Okay, so I can see from here, grouping is opening up a bit. That's to be expected at 15 yards. What my goal is to have about a fist size grouping at 15 yards. I'm just about a fist size grouping, maybe a little bit larger than that. But with my hand here, fist size, I would say that that's pretty good. We can definitely tighten it up a little bit more, but I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so now we're going to come back closer again. You do this at around 5 to 7 yards. I would do it at 5 yards. We're going to shoot one-handed. So I'm going to shoot with our strong hand, which for me is my right hand. I'm going to load it up. And I'm going to do this drawing from the holster. I'm going to do all 5 rounds with my strong hand only. Taking my time, bring the gun out, focus on the front sight, slowly press back. Good shot. Oop, that was pulled to the left. Good shot. A little bit to the left, a little bit low. All right. Overall, for 5 shots, one-handed, I haven't been practicing this enough, but I'm pretty happy with that. So I can tell these 2 that are low and left, it's definitely due to trigger control. I was more pulling my hand in and slapping that trigger, kind of rushing the shot. With the good shots, until I was doing everything more or less perfect. So now we're going to do the same thing. 5 yards, 5 rounds. This time we're going to go left-handed. So I'm going to load it, put the safety on, switch it over to my left hand, get up on target, and I'm just going to take my time. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Again, kind of similar to the other 5 shots. I had 2 good ones, and I had 1 low and right this time. I had 1 a little bit high. But I'm pretty happy, especially for my weak hand. 5 shots doing that. Again, I haven't shot weak hand in a while. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually split up some rounds in my mags. I'm going to take 2 rounds out. I'm going to put it into another magazine. What we're going to do is we're going to practice a magazine reload. So again, at around 5 or 7 yards, you can do this. I'm going to have 3 rounds in the gun, 2 rounds in another magazine. You can do this on the table in front of you, or you can do this with a mag pouch on your side. So I'm going to draw from the holster, fire 3 rounds. Again, I'm going to go pretty slow, just going for accuracy. As soon as the slide lock's open, I'm going to do a quick mag change and then fire another 2 shots on target, fairly slow again. So here we go. So again, I went a little bit faster than I needed to. You can do this at your own speed. Let's take a look. I'm pretty happy with that. 1 shot a little bit lower than I was aiming. Again, probably a little bit of flinching, a little bit of anticipation. The rest of the shots are pretty good. Okay, so remember, this is the last 5 shots. In between your magazines, in between every 5 shot magazine, you can always unload the gun, dry fire a little bit, especially if you're not hitting where you want. Like I was in the beginning, I had to dry fire a few shots to figure out what I was doing wrong. Don't be afraid to dry fire at the front, at the beginning of your practice session, and at the end, or anywhere in between. So I have 5 more shots. We're going to make it nice and easy. I like to end on a good note. So we're going to come back at 5 yards again. And we're going to do another 5 slow fired shots on target, 2-handed again. All right, 5 slow shots. Here we go. All right, take a look. I'm happy with that. And let me know what you guys think. This is what I would recommend for your monthly practice session right now during the ammo crisis of 2020. Hopefully things change soon and we can get ammo back at reasonable prices. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. We're gonna take our time. Cooper, move out of the way. Out. Good boy. I'm shooting. Cooper, out. Go. Go. Oh, wait. Go over there. Almost done. Go. 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 Come on. Over here.